You see these perfect interiors made in 3D as Max, the gold standard, when you try to recreate them in Blender. And they look awful. Today I will show you how to make this exact interior from scratch in Blender 3D. For all the models and materials, I'll use interior models furniture collection. Now they're running crazy deal with very cool bonuses. Check them out. Let's go. Shift A to add a plane, set dimensions 5 by 5 and apply rotation scale. Select 3 edges, E for extrude, by 2 and 7 meters. Select these faces, Ctrl P and separate selection. Let's add some loop cuts for the window. Let's select the face and extrude it and delete it. Let's select these edges, press E to extrude and scale on Z and Y. And extrude it again. And again. I won't be commenting everything what I do. You can check my keys, what I press. But I will try to explain everything. Let's turn on cavity. Let's duplicate the mesh and press Ctrl P for separate selection. Now we can move it and scale it a bit. Let's change the snap mode to vert. And to snap the edge, we just hold Ctrl. And extrude it. And scale it a bit. Apply rotation scale and let's add a bevel and weighted normals. I use hardops for it. You can actually use just standard modifiers, modifier tab, add just a bevel and weighted normals. Let's import some curtains. These curtains are from furniture collection, interior models. I think they're actually from the interior scenes, which are included right now as a limited offer for interior models. And here I make some space for curtains, so everything looks fine in sizes. And snap the face. Let's go to Asset Browser. And let's add a bed, I guess. All models I use are used from interior models. Let's add the carpet. And let's add this bed. To make sure we have right sizes for everything. And let's add a table. Now, when we know how big is our bed and how big is our table, we can add a cabinet. Actually, we can make one. So let's make one. Let's add a cube. I'm using machine tools to put origin of the object to the bottom. Yes, I love to work with add-ons. I cannot work without hard ops and machine tools, even for interior design. Let's scale that cube. Let's add a loop cut with Ctrl R and just move it a little bit. Let's duplicate front faces, separate selection and double press I, apply rotation scale, go to edit mode, insert it, press Ctrl I and delete the faces. And extrude them, insert them again, and extrude them inside. Select all the edges and let's bevel them. Okay, here I am having some difficulties with bevel. Make sure to hold shift or not hold shift till the end of beveling edges. And let's bevel them all. So we have extra detail, extra detail. And now bevel the main cabinet. Select them. Oh, okay, don't select them. Sorry. Let's scale that. Let's scale it. Let's add a loop cut and bevel it with Ctrl B and delete the faces. Select edges and press F to add the face. Now we have it. Let's select two objects and press Ctrl J to join them. And add an array modifier. I use hard loops again with Shift 1. So they're actually close to each other. Let's apply an array modifier. Let's select this part of cabinet. Ctrl P for separate selection. And let's make some circles here. So we have a difference in our cabinet to grab more attention. Let's add 3 loop cuts. Actually, no, let's add 4 loop cuts. Select 4 vertices and use hard loops for circles. And now let's move circles so that kind of more look more beautiful, more I forgot the word, sorry. Like scale them a bit and delete faces. And press E to extrude it. Let's insert the main cabinet and extrude it inside. And delete one face. Okay, it kind of looks a bit low poly. I thought of remaking it, but let's add subdivision modifier and let's fix the mesh. So we need to make some quads. Let's add some loop cuts here with Ctrl R, and with J you can join vertices. We are fixing topology and let's mirror it. So it doesn't look low poly anymore, and we don't need to remake anything. And let's fix the bottom too. Add some loop cuts and join vertices. Yeah, looks good. I'm just checking the mesh. Is there any problems with the mesh? Now let's add the ceiling. Select all edges. Select all top edges. And I will use crown molding tools. This tool I use every time. I think it's a very good tool for crowns. Like select all cabinets and move it a bit down. We always need to adjust some things on the way. And move the crown so it fits perfectly. Let's duplicate the edges. And let's make a ceiling from it. I snap edges to vertices of the crown. And I, with F, join these two verts. And press F to fill the mesh, the face. Now let's insert it. Scale it a bit. Extrude inside. Insert it again. And extrude outside. And let's bevel it. Let's check face orientation. And with Alt Sharpen, add a weighted normals. Now let's add a camera. And make it rotate it to 90 degrees on x-axis. And move it up on z-axis for like 1.1 meter. And let's move the camera. So we have clear image with everything. Now let's make some panels. Actually, let's make a mirror on the left. I duplicated the edge of the floor, snapped it to the table, and extruded it on Z. Let's scale it, move, and extrude it. Let's duplicate one face. Ctrl P for separate selection. Let's move it a bit. Now let's add an HDR. Let's add a HDR. I'll use this overcast soil. And let's make it 8. And rotate it 120 degrees. Let's check it. I use AGX for color management. And let's actually add one more wall. And for the camera, let's increase the clip start. And let's check it. How does it look? And let's add the sun. Let's make angle 1.1 and 2 and strength 7. And just play with the rotation. Let's add a mirror material. Let's increase metallic and decrease roughness. And for the back, let's add emission material. And let's use black body node to have the right temperature of the light to make it realistic. Let's apply the 3D cursor to the face. And let's add an area light for the ceiling. Make temperature 4K, 0.5. and increase the power. And let's scale it. Let's go to Asset Browser and let's import the floor. For the floor, I use just planks. They're very simple to make with the wood material. Now let's move it all, move the floor so it fits the room, and let's move carpet and the bed. This floor is also included in the interior scenes by interior models. We have some light leak there, so let's fix it. Let's move the wall. See, we have a little light leak there. And I actually will move the cabinet. Okay, I'll move just a part of a cabinet, as you see. Now let's add some wood panels. Let's duplicate the mirror. Let's actually bevel the mirror, so we have some extra detail, extra reflections. Let's add an array modifier. Let's apply it and move these panels to the end of the wall. Let's add the origin to the geometry, so it's in the center. Apply rotation scale, and now let's mirror it. Now we can move, and our panel looks symmetrical. Add some loop cuts to the middle panel to make some extra panels for extra detail. Select all edges and press select this checker deselect. We had wrong number of loop cuts. This one will be wrong too. You need 18 to make it symmetrical. Now let's add 18 loop cuts. Select them faces, select, check the select, and extrude this. Let's UV unwrap with cube projection, and let's see how it looks. Okay, let's change the material. I'll use material from my future collection of materials. I already have it, just I need some promo material. But some of these materials you can get from interior models via included. I think it's really good to use already prepared materials and objects which you use in the interior scenes. So all these objects are used in actual interior. So it's already prepared for maximum maximum compatibility with the interior. Let's add a painting. This image is actually from Unsplash. Let's add a 3D cursor to that panel. Let's add the wall light and move it to the 3D cursor. So now it's exactly in the center. And let's mirror it. Make sure everything in the center. That's why I added 3D cursor to the center of panels. It said we can't mirror the light to only the mesh. Let's scale painting a bit. And let's move a bit inside. Let's add some models from interior models. Interior models are now on a big sale, on big discount. Check the deal. You also can have a lot of bonuses right now. It also, as a bonus, comes with 12 interiors. Actually, this interior also will be included in the package. It also will be included in the bonuses. So it's right time to get it, I'm telling you. This year there won't be a bigger discount. Here I want to make sure cabinets looks more right size. I thought they don't look right size, so I resized the panels a bit. Small details matter. And let's move. Oh no, let's UV unwrap with cube projection our circles and add a wood material. So we everywhere have kinda the same wood material. Not kinda. We have everywhere same wood material. Also for this object. For the walls, let's add a diffuse material. Let's change to diffuse BSDF and let's use this color. Let's select ceiling, crown, and the wall, and with Ctrl L, link the material. Now let's add material for the cabinet. For the cabinet, we'll use the same color, but we will use it with decreased roughness. So it's rough. We have a bit of variation. Let's make roughness 0.005. Let's move our circles a little bit. Okay, now I just link the material. I will move them a bit later. Let's increase the power for our wall lights and go for different temperature. It's already looking good, I think. And here I just make sure everything looks in right size, in right position. You always can move the camera, you can move all the objects. Let's move a bed closer to the wall. Let's move a table. Let's move a sun. Let's see how it looks in different angles. Make sure you have enabled denoising data. Let's add some glare. So I have streaks and fog glow. I'll use render rate 4K and I will use 4096 samples. Let's render it. For Photoshop, for post-processing, I use some smart filters, curves, LUT, and grain, and some more curves. That's it.